As we're about a week and a half away from Knicks training camp being kicked off, they just made 5 roster moves as they try to build the most competitive roster they can for this upcoming season. Before we tell you who are the players the Knicks signed, some background information on those guys, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We are almost at our goal of 80,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there before training camp. I need 372 people that bleed orange and blue to hit that sub button right now. This is New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. My name is Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by as we recap every single move the Knicks have made over the last 24 hours, signing 5 players to various types of deals. Let's go over what these deals are. Outside of guaranteed deals in the NBA, there's 3 deals. A two-way deal where you can get 3 per team, an average salary of $636,000. You have to have 3 years of service or less, 4 years of service if a player missed a prior regular season. You can only be on a two-way deal for a max of 50 games in the NBA regular season, and the games are prorated if signed during the season. The deadline to sign a two-way deal is March 4th, so you could spend time on the G League and in the big leagues. The Exhibit 9 deal, which we'll be talking about today, once a team reaches 14 players on their roster, they are allowed to sign a player to a 1-year non-guaranteed contract that includes an Exhibit 9. The Exhibit 9 guarantees a player $15,000 if he is injured during training camp and then waived. So essentially, it's a training camp deal that gives the team some insurance if that player gets hurt in training camp or preseason. An Exhibit 10 deal, a player signs a 1-year non-guaranteed contract. This salary is the veteran minimum and based on years of service. The Exhibit 10 allows a player to receive $85,000 bonus if he is on the G League team of the respective waiving team for a period of 60 consecutive days. So here's the main difference. The Exhibit 9 deal, it's a training camp deal that gives the team insurance if that player gets hurt. An Exhibit 10 deal is a training camp deal that incentivizes a player to go and join the Knicks G League team if they do not make the 15-man roster. So let's start with Alex Len, a name we are all very familiar with, the longtime big man in the NBA. He is signing a training camp deal with the New York Knicks. We have not got official word if this is an Exhibit 9 deal. I would assume that it is, but the 32-year-old 7-footer is going to be trying to make the Knicks roster at training camp. I absolutely love this. We've talked how on this channel the Knicks are a little bit slim at that center spot. You have Mitchell Robinson, you have Ariel Huckporty, Karl Anthony Towns is a big man as well, but outside of those 3 guys, you don't really have any depth, and Alex Len, he could provide that for you. He's played in the NBA each of the last 4 seasons. Just hasn't really stuffed the stat sheet all that much. This past year, played for the Sacramento Kings as well as the Los Angeles Lakers. Played in 8.3 minutes per game. The year before that, played for Sacramento, 9.3 minutes per game. Year before that, Sacramento. So all those years coming with the Kings. Who is the Knicks head coach? It's Mike Brown. He comes over from the Sacramento Kings as well. So I'm sure Mike Brown kind of pounded the table to bring Alex Len in to the New York Knicks roster. Probably a good relationship there, an opportunity for him to compete and make this team. The New York Knicks are also bringing in Bryson Warren, the young guard who spent some time with the Cleveland Cavaliers last year, to an Exhibit 10 contract, meaning he will come, not the Cavaliers, I misspoke, meaning he will come to the Knicks, try to make this roster, and if he doesn't, they could bring him into the G League. Still just 20 years old. He comes from the Overtime Elite League. Last year in the G League was pretty solid, averaging 13.9 points per game, shooting almost 43% from the field, and he averaged 4.6 assists as well. Here was the Knicks PR release on the signing of Warren, saying the New York Knicks announced today the team signed Bryson Warren to an Exhibit 10 deal. 20 years old, 6'3", average 11 points, 3.7 assists, and 2.6 rebounds over 23.3 minutes in 49 games, including 15 starts for the Skyforce. the Miami Heat G League affiliate last season. He registered career highs, 40 points and 10 rebounds to go along with 9 assists and 3 steals against the Westchester Knicks on January 10th earlier this year. Warren most recently played with the Miami Heat in the 2025 Summer League California Classic, averaging 10.5, 2.5 assists, and 20 rebounds. The North Little Rock, Arkansas native signed with Team Overtime Elite of the Overtime Elite League for the 2021-2022 seasons. The New York Knicks add a young guard to this roster that is going to come in the training camp part of the calendar to try to go ahead and make this basketball team. I think the way that he played against the Knicks in the G League probably left them with a good overall impression. Tosan Evbuomwan. I've tried to say the name 1,000 times before today's show. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. No disrespect. I'm dyslexic, so appreciate you for joining the Knicks, and I'm excited about this player. There's been a lot of talk, coming from myself included, the lack of wing depth on this team. Well, you get one here. 6'7", 217 pounds, still just 24 years old, comes from Princeton, and last year spent some solid time with the Brooklyn Nets, averaging 9.5 points per game. He's been in the NBA for 2 seasons now, played for a couple of teams in the 2023-2024 season, played 4 games for Memphis, played 13 games for Detroit, and he was active in the NBA for 28 games for the Brooklyn Nets last year. An athletic player, can move his feet on defense, can attack the rim. Still looking to grow into who he can be in this league, but I like the idea of adding some competition. Evbuomwan is 24 years old, averaged 9.5 points last year for the Brooklyn Nets. He recorded a career-high 22 points on 87.5% from the field and 5 rebounds and 1 assist versus Utah back on January 12th. The 3-year vet holds career averages of 8.2 points, 4 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and 0.7 steals over 22.9 minutes in 45 games, including 8 starts for the Grizzlies, Pistons, and the Nets. The Newcastle, England native originally joined the Motor City Cruise, the Detroit Pistons G League affiliate, during the 2023-2024 season after his 3-year collegiate career at Princeton. He was unanimously named to the 2022 Ivy League Player of the Year after averaging 16 points on 54.1% shooting. So, you're getting a guy that's played in the NBA a little bit, going to bring some competition to training camp. It could potentially fill a wing spot on this roster if he does impress enough. The New York Knicks are signing Dink Pate, a fan favorite, to an Exhibit 10 contract, meaning training camp contract with the ability for him to return to their G League squad. I thought Dink was a player that kind of showcased who he was in the Summer League. I'm a big fan of him. I have been covering him since he was a freshman in high school when he went to a local high school here in Dallas, Texas. I got to cover him, got to interview him. Good kid, a lot of potential. Still just 19 years old, 6'6" point guard, has a lot of skill, and we saw that in the game that he went off for 20-plus points in the Summer League. So Dink Pate going to have an opportunity to make this team. Some people think he will be cut and go sign with the G League, and I don't think that's the worst thing in the world as he is still just 19 years old. Here is the write-up from the PR team of the New York Knicks, saying he joined the Knicks Summer League for 2025, where he posted 9.8 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 2.8 assists over 17.6 minutes in 5 games. He spent the 2024-2025 season with the Mexico City Capitans of the NBA G League, where he averaged 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists over 27 minutes in 34 games. All starts. After graduating from high school a year early, Pate decided to forego playing college basketball and signed with the NBA G League Ignite, becoming the youngest professional basketball player in U.S. history. Extremely talented player, all the potential in the world. Juan Toscano Anderson was a teammate of him in the G League for the Mexico City team, and he has spoke loudly about how he thinks Dink Pate could be a star. He's got all the potential. He's built like an NBA player. Hopefully he can land back on the Knicks G League squad and continue to improve as he is still just 19 years old. Mohamed Diawara, the Knicks' second-round pick from the 2025 NBA draft. He is also signing an Exhibit 10 contract. He will be a candidate to sign that rookie minimum deal that the New York Knicks have to offer as well. I was impressed for a couple of different reasons from the way that I saw him play in the G League for, not the G League, for the Summer League for the New York Knicks. 6'9", 225 pounds. He's built like an NBA wing. I'd slow down on the Pascal Siakam comparisons, which I've heard far too many times already, but he was solid in the G League. The defensive ability I thought was on full display, whereas the lack of an offensive game was also on display. Shooting just 40% from the field in the Summer League and just 15% from three. He did some nice things where I thought he was able to push the ball in transition. His handle is a little bit better than I initially anticipated. He had a nice move where he had a jab step, top of the key, put the ball on the deck one time, pull up from downtown. But overall, still a work in progress on the offensive end. Some potential and some skill there, but the defensive attributes I think could transfer right away. We'll see how he fares in training camp with the rest of the guys. We're going to recap the moves that went down over the weekend coming up in a second. But this New York Knicks hoodie, it is on sale. It was $65. Now it's $27. Chatsports.com/NYK hoodie. Chatsports.com/NYK hoodie. It's going to be a competitive training camp for the New York Knicks. You're going to have all those players we just talked about, which are some former NBA players. Like Alex Len has spent a lot of time in this league. Evbuomwan, apologies again, spent 2 years in the NBA as well. And look, Dink Pate's a young, scrappy kid that wants to make this squad. We'll see if he could prove it in training camp. Recent moves the Knicks have made. They signed Malcolm Brogdon to an Exhibit 9 contract, as well as Landry Shamet. As I see just now as I'm filming this video, it is an Exhibit 9 contract for Landry Shamet. Again, training camp invite, non-guaranteed deal, gives the Knicks kind of injury insurance if they do get hurt, which is pretty big for Malcolm Brogdon, as he has not showed an ability to stay healthy. Still an NBA level player. I hope he's healthy. He could be an awesome piece for the Knicks off the bench, but got to be available, got to be healthy. Garrison Matthews also signing an Exhibit 10 deal, the sharpshooter who spent time with the Atlanta Hawks early in his career. Exhibit 10 contract, so could find himself back on the Westchester Knicks. We're just about, today is September 16th. We're 8 days away. I'm bad at math. I think it's 8 days away. We're a week and a day away from training camp opening up here, which means the NBA season is right around the corner. If you are ready for Knicks basketball to be back in your life, as the Giants and Jets are both 0-2, season over before October, it's Knicks season, baby. Hit that thumbs up icon for me, and make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, @MarshallGreen_.